Good evening. This is Anambra Broadcasting Service Television. Welcome to Evening News. I am Ife Aron. Now the headlines. Governor Obiano restates resolve to pay new national minimum wage before other states. Parents urged to encourage children to imbibe a reading culture. Army urges Southeast residents not to panic over movement of troops. And on the foreign scene, elevator collapse kills 11 people in China. Now the news in detail. Governor Willie Obiano has restated his resolve to be the first governor in the Federation to implement the new minimum wage. The governor gave the assurance during the Nigeria Labour Congress Anambra State Council Quadrennial Delegates Conference in Awka. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo takes the story from here.
The conference, which was well attended by both state and national delegates of the union, provided them the opportunity to deliberate on how to ensure improved welfare of workers in the state and as well elect executive members that will run the affairs of the state arm of the Congress for the next 4 years. Governor Obiano, represented by his deputy, Dr. Nkemo Okeke, while describing workers as one of the viable tools for the actualization of every government's vision and plans for the masses, commended the state labor union for supporting the present administration, promising to reciprocate the gesture through effective improvement of the workers' welfare and implementation of the new minimum wage. The governor charged the incoming state leadership of the Congress to toe the path of the immediate past leadership of the union, led by Comrade Jerry Nnobia, which he said cooperated with the state government. He called on the entire members of the union to continue to assiduously work towards making the state the best in the federation.
The governor is happy with the report itself, the contents, the increases that are being asked for. But I know sometimes when you look at the final line, the financial aspect of it, it creates a bit of anxiety for him to be able to keep to those promises. But I'll find out if that is the case. I'm a Muchi area. Nobody wants to be in any battle with Labour. You want to do what Labour wants, and because if Labour is not working for you, you can't achieve anything.
In his remarks, the national president of NLC, Comrade Ayibawaba, represented by the president of Non-Academic Staff Union, NASO, Comrade Chris Ane, commended the state government for having the interests of the state workers at heart at all times, saying that the Obiano-led administration has proven its workers-friendly disposition by reciprocating the good gesture of workers of the state. He thanked the governor for promising to be the first to implement the new minimum wage and assured him of the union's continuous support.
The governor has made pronouncement at various public fora that this implementation must come by this May. Part of what we will enjoy at this first May is that the governor of Anambra State has actually reciprocated the good gesture of the workers of Anambra.
Earlier in his address, the state chairman of the union, Comrade Jerry Nnobia, commended the National Assembly for the speedy passage of the new national minimum wage bill into law and President Buhari for assenting to it, and called on the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission, NSIWC, to immediately issue out the implementation circular to enable Governor Obiano, who he described as labor-friendly governor, kick off the implementation in Anambra State.
We therefore wish to use this platform to call on the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission to immediately issue out the implementation tables of circular to enable our amiable, hardworking, labor-friendly governor, Abu Kolike, who has already firmly promised to be the first governor to pay the new minimum wage, implement it for the hardworking workers of Anambra State.
From the NLC office in Awka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
And as the world marked 2019 World Book Day, parents, teachers and children have been enjoined to appreciate the world of literature and importance of reading. To mark the day, management and staff of Anambra State Library Board visited Nigeria Prison Service Awka as one of the ways to extend the celebration to the inmates of the prison, and later at Professor Kenneth D.K. State E-Library interacted with some school children who were exposed to the pleasure of reading. Education correspondent Theophilus Ukoha now completes that report.
Some books to the inmates of Awka Prison Service, Acting Director, Anambra State Library Services, Awka, Dr. Nkechi Udeze, said Anambra State Library Board is concerned about the well-being of the prison inmates, especially their education, hence the visit to encourage them to imbibe habits of reading books, enrich their vocabulary, gain knowledge about people, their culture, nature, and history, as it will help enlighten their mind. She encouraged them not to see their condition as the end of the world, rather to use it to learn to become better individuals in the future.
We are here today from Anambra State Library Board to encourage you. Can change the person's life.
Receiving the books on behalf of the inmates, CSP Udagu Christian, who represented Divisional Controller of Prison Edwin Akabeze, expressed delight on the visit and assured that the books will be stocked at the prison's library for the inmates.
Blessed. And anybody that would love something, have something, want to share with others,
at Professor Kenneth D.K. State Library, school children are encouraged to read books, recite poems, appreciate authors and illustrators. An Igbo literature titled Chuku Kamara, written by Chinedu Afomata, was read while the school children answered questions from the book. Those that took part include Obina Abokasie, Ijoma Wankwo, Ifunanya Agolwe, and Sochima Godwin. Some of the facilitators, including the publisher Elder Benjamin Oyedeji, Mr. Emmanuel Anyanwu, and Mrs. Chinwe Okonkwo, encouraged the children to be great readers to become great leaders.
So we have explained again today. You boys should sitting here. You want to be president, you want to be governor. You have a challenge also to make up your mind to help us in the dream. Whether you are from the east or from the west or from the north.
World Book Day celebration is a threefold celebration: World Book Day, Copyright Day, English Language Day. The day is celebrated every year as designated by UNESCO on 23rd of April 1995 to promote reading, publishing, and copyright among the public worldwide. An English Language Day also celebrated on 23rd April, the day traditionally observed as both the birthday and death of William Shakespeare. This year's theme is Celebration SA. Theophilus Okoha reporting for ABS News.
Moving on, old boys of Orohu Grammar School recently gathered their friends and family members to felicitate with them as their alma mater marks her 60th anniversary. Correspondent Valentine Mbaduga has the report.
Began with a church service where the old boys offered thanksgiving to God for his grace and love over the years. The Bishop on the Niger, Right Reverend Dr. Owen Nwokolo, in his sermon, maintained that the purpose of establishing the school by the church was to help build a society where fear of God and love for humanity will be the watchwords. Bishop Nwokolo commended the old boys for their contributions towards ensuring sustainable development in the school.
We are restored when we take up that nature which he has given us from creation, when we come into the level where we are obeying his command, when we understand him and we are walking in the same level, we are almost at fair.
On their part, the national president of Oroku Grammar School Old Boys Association, Chief Vincent Angante, and the keynote speaker, Justice Okechukwu Okeke, who is also an old boy, assured that the association will continue to do its best for the school. They called on the government to augment their effort to help restore the dignity of the school.
We will appreciate if the government can pick up the project to augment our efforts at restoring the past glory of this great institution. Hello, old boys. In the words of Trial Edwards, every party is a form of death. as every union is a type of level. We are taught the 3 H's. The 3 H's, the head, the heart, and the hands.
In the separate remarks, the National Vice President of the Old Boys Association, Dr. Obiora Chukwuka, and another member of the Old Boys, Engineer Simon Opaka, who shared their experiences with the school, noted that they always support the school, calling on the students to be obedient and law-abiding for them to get the best out of the school.
It's really a big celebration because 60 years is a big landmark. And I'm so happy that the school has produced so many people in different areas, in different fields, in different professionals. We see some members of the oral ground.
When we have gathering like this, it's an opportunity to see one another, opportunity to hug one another, opportunity to share to the glory of God, an opportunity to reach out because there are some members who also need to be assisted.
Earlier in his address, the principal of the school, Reverend Canon Isaac Onwene, expressed his delight over the continuous progress being recorded by the school, noting that the school will rise to an enviable height if this level of development is sustained. Others who spoke during the occasion, including the President General of Nnokwa Progress Union, Sir Joe Uchendo, and Emmanuel Emelugo, who is also a member of the Old Boys, lauded the initiative. The event climaxed with the commissioning of a number hostel rebuilt by the National Vice President of the Old Boys, Dr. Obiora Chukwuka, and the renovated Ebunobi Hostel. The member representing Demili South in the State House of Assembly, Honorable Chuka Ezewune, commissioned the project, supported by Igwe Emeka Onora of Oruku, among other Old Boys. From Oruku Grammar School in the Demili South local government area, Valentine Mbadoga reporting for ABS News.
And on the Environment Health Department, Onitsha South local government area, in conjunction with the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, and Hypo, manufacturers of bleach and hygienic products have embarked on cleanup exercise in Onitsha South local government area to mark the 2019 World Health Day. Staff reporter Ogochukwu Oranu has the details.
The cleanup exercise started from Onitsha South Local Government Secretariat down to Zix Avenue with coppers, staff of Hypo and Onitsha South Local Government, clearing the refuse dump along the streets, which they packed into black nylon bags and thrown into a standby lorry contracted to evacuate the refuse. The exercise took them to other streets in Fege to the admiration of the residents. Speaking to the ABS, Mr. Ayanda Ayorinde, Assistant Director, Community Development Service, NYSC, noted that the cleanup exercise is part of the service they render to their host community to celebrate World Health Day, pointing out that they have been carrying out similar exercises. Mr. Ifeanyi Okoye, Hypo Marketing Manager for Anambra and Delta States, said that World Health Day is a global health awareness day celebrated yearly on 7th April. Mr. Okoye pointed out that Hypo, manufacturers of inexpensive and affordable hygienic products, is interested in public health and want to impact positively on the health of Nigerians. Hence, their decision to key into the World Health Organization program to create awareness on cleanliness and to assist in cleaning up Onitsha South.
World Health Day is a global awareness day, health awareness day, celebrated every year on the 7th of April under the sponsorship of World Health Organization and the related organizations or companies like Hypo. The aim of Hypo is to impact significantly the lives of Nigeria. To make available the hygiene products, sanitation products for Nigeria.
Mrs. Victoria Madabuchi, who represented Head of Department Health Onitsha South, commended the gesture and advised residents of Fege to maintain a clean environment and desist from dumping refuse into drainages. Hypo bleach was also distributed to the people during the exercise. Ogochukwu Oranu for ABS News.
You're watching Evening News on ABS television. Still to come, Army urges Southeast residents not to panic over movement of troops. And on the foreign scene, elevator collapse kills 11 people in China. That's after the break.
History shows Diamond shared the dream to build more than just a bank, bringing the online revolution to Nigeria and becoming part of the networked society helping to lift the country and continent out of recession to enrich its people too. Now, with our two banks fused together, we can help more move up the social ladder and help future generations make more of their lives, whoever and wherever they are. A new bond to help unleash the potential in every African who banks with us.
You're welcome back to Evening News on ABS Television. Now to national stories. The Nigerian Army has urged Southeast residents not to panic over the movement of troops and sound of gunshots as it conducts its annual range classification exercise for 2019. The Deputy Director, Army Public Relations, 82 Division, Colonel Aliyu Yusuf, made the appeal in a statement today in Enugu. Yusuf said that the movement of troops to and from the exercise area as well as the sound of gunshots would not be expected during the period of the exercise. He advised the general public to go about their daily activities without panic, as this is a normal military routine exercise. And now to business news. The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, has disclosed that it seized over 300 billion naira worth of fake and substandard products across the country within the last few months. It made the disclosure at the stakeholders workshop in Lagos to sensitize members of the public on the SON Act 2015. Director General of SON, Mr. Osita Aboloma, said the confiscated products comprised adulterated lubricant, electric cables and cylinders, among others. He said the 7th National Assembly enacted the SON Act as a revolutionary document which the agency needed to deploy to rid the Nigerian market of unwholesome products. Well, it was a celebration of God's love, faithfulness and motherhood at old age as the drums were rolled out to celebrate Mrs. Adeze Roselyn Ume as she celebrates 90 years birthday anniversary. Our correspondent, Kenechukwu Chukwudi, who was there, tells us more.
From the church service held at Christ Holy Church, Oka, the atmosphere was jubilant and infectious as the church hall was painted and decorated in different colors by family members, friends, and well-wishers, as the aged also made up the congregation to celebrate Mrs. Adeze Ume as she clocks 90 years. Right Reverend Nathan Ume, who led other ministers of God in the service, remarked that old age is a special gift from God to his children and urged Christians to live a faithful life by living according to the teachings of Christ to merit such special gifts from God. The celebration moved atmosphere from the church to the reception ground as many more people joined Mrs. Ume to mark her birthday. One of the sons of the celebrant, Mr. Onyebichi Ume, noted that their mother is a loving mother who is very accommodating and brought her children close to God as she loved and helped those she came across in her life, urging those who still have their parents alive to take good care of them.
Everybody should take care of the aged. Father and mother, they are very important to us. They are the source of our hope. They are the source of, they give us direction in this life. So we won't toy with our mom or our father. And by extension, if you don't toy with your mom or your dad, it will get to you. Your children will do.
In their good news messages, some family friends who spoke to the ABS, including Mr. Chuks Onyekwere and Ernest Onyenze, said it was a thing of joy to see the children celebrate their mother at 90 years, describing her as an accommodating woman while praying for many more years to her. The celebration came to climax when the celebrant danced to the admiration of her guests, while cutting of cake added glamour to the event. In Oka, it's been Kenechukwu Chukwudi for ABS News.
Happy moments there. And in some unpleasant news, an elevator collapsed at a construction site in northern China, killing 11 workers. 2 others were also seriously injured in the accident in Henshui City, Hebei province, according to local authorities. The accident occurred on a site where a residential project is under construction. The municipal authorities added that the injured were being treated in hospital and that an investigation into the cause of the accident is underway, but provided no further details. Deadly industrial accidents are common in China, where safety regulations are often poorly enforced. And now to sports news. Nigeria Golden Eaglets will square off again against Angola for the 3rd place at the ongoing Under-17 AFCON in Tanzania. Now, both countries met in the preliminary stage of the tournament, with the Eagles emerging tops in Group A with 7 points and Angola following closely with 6 points behind. Nigeria's dream of the finals of the tournament was truncated by Guinea through penalties after a goalless stalemate in 90 minutes, while Angola was equally stopped from going into the finals by Cameroon on 4-3 penalty. Well, that's the news. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page, and that's at ABS Radio Television. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website, and that's www.absradiotv.com. And now the main point again. Governor Obiano has restated resolve to pay new national minimum wage before other states. Parents have been urged to encourage children to imbibe reading culture. An army has urged Southeast residents not to panic over movement of troops. And on the foreign scene, elevator collapse has killed 11 people in China. That's it on Evening News. Thanks for watching. I am Ife Arono. Good night.